Well, the skies certainly aren't cooperating, Brock, but for a lot of those guys on the fields, this is perfect football weather. And as we welcome you to another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. Ka'imi Fairbairn ready to get this one going. And here we go on EA Sports. He's going to return it from a yard or two deep. And choosing to leave the end zone costs him dearly here. He winds up shy of the 20-yard line. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. They motion a receiver left. Allen comes out throwing. He finds Kincaid. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Derek Stingley putting that play to bed.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Second down now, 7 to go. Cooper going in motion right. From the 21. Pass brought in by Amari Cooper. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line. A 7-yard pickup, and it moves the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
They're now set for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
Even though that run did not net them a 1st down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
Connects on the crosser. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 26. And that'll give him a 1st down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
1st and 10. Here's Allen. Brought in right side. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, they didn't give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
From the 28. Has it downfield, working the left. And they get this down to the 10-yard line before going down. The big play nets them 17 yards. And they'll have 1st down.
I'm sure Coach, the play caller, doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Allen now on 1st down. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
To the air again, Allen. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Allen on third down. Has it in close. Touchdown! What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
That's up and through for the point after. And these guys will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Bass now to kick this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Running for the first time with Joe Mixon. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Looking to throw Fields. On target to his back, Joe Mixon. And he'll be out of bounds right along the 40.
That's a defense's goal, right, Kate? Just get us to 3rd down so we can have a chance to get off the field. And that was a good adjustment on that stop in particular, when the back ended up being the target, and they were able to keep him short of the sticks.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Off play action, it's Fields. Catch is made down the right sideline. And he's going to get past the 40 before he goes out. It's a gain of 22. And they're going to have a first down.
You know I love those chunk completions. They're so critical. Those chunk plays, they lead statistically so often to scoring. And then when you get it to a tight end and play action, it's just a little icing on the cake.
He gets it complete to his man, Tyreek Hill. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First and 10, around to Mixon. Finds a big lane. Has them the touchdown. These guys finish off their opening drive. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. So great work by the running back there, Brock. Found just a little bit of space, and he took advantage all the way for 6.
Big time. I mean, so big time. You know, and you hear running back coaches, Kate, say this. They'll say slow to explode through. And he explodes all the way for the touchdown.
That one splits the uprights. And his guys respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And he's going to field this in the end zone without a return, so they'll bring it out to the 30-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. They get 28 out of that play. And it'll give them a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
First down throw for Allen. Complete. It's Cooper. And he's taken down at the 30. It's a gain of 12 there. And it sets up first down.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
On first down, Allen. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Scooped up by the defense. Wow, oh wow. He sent his offense out twice now, and both times they fumbled it away. I'm not sure who's more aggravated, the dudes down there or the dude next to me up here.
Well, I'm aggravated, but I know the guy on the field wants to put the offense in the doghouse, like all of them right now. This can't happen in the NFL, Kate. And a lot of guys out there, they got to be looking to one another. Hold each other accountable to hold on to the ball.
First down throw for Fields. Buys time, rolling right. He's keeping it.
You know, once a play breaks down, you're just looking for a running lane, and then you're looking for that first down marker. He found one of the two, but the defense and that effort swarming after him, well, it denies the first down.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Staying between the tackles with Mixon. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. It'll be a gain of 5. They still need 4 on third down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost when he busts those tackles.
Fields now on third. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up fourth down.
You know, so often we talk about speed offensively, right? We love receivers that can run. Well, that was a perfect example of how speed kills you defensively. A hurried throw almost ended an interception. And that wasn't until after they almost brought him down behind the line for a sack. Speed's the difference.
They do snap it. Here's Fields. That's cut beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That big fourth down call is how we close out our first quarter. Both teams neck and neck so far. More from this one right after this. We're back, and we'll join this drive already in progress to begin quarter two. They're looking at first down here. Out of the shotgun, a give to Mixon. And defenders are there to get him at the line. That play cleaned up by Matt Milano. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Out of the shotgun, Fields. He's got the hook up to Watkins. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that gives them 1st and goal. They're going to run here. It's Mixon. And he bowls through the defense for a touchdown. These guys take the fumble and get 6 out of it. It's a Joe Mixon touchdown. Fairbairn now for the PAT. Bad weather doesn't affect that extra point. It's good. And these guys break that tie and now lead by 7. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Give now to the running back. And a couple of teammates combining there for the stop after just 1 yard.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Here he is on 3rd and long. He's going to push one deep down the right. And they really went for it on 3rd down, didn't they? But the heave falls incomplete. Now they're facing 4th down. So out now comes the punter. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. Only needed once last week in the win, and he matches that total here. And that punt hits and kicks out of bounds beyond the opposing 35. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. They'll begin with a run by Mixon. And he has him a small chunk of yards up to the 42. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Keeping it with Mixon. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that first down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Fields on 1st down. He's got him. That's Mixon. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Kaiir Elam getting there for the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
Shotgun snap to Fields. Throwing all the way to the end zone here. Really pushing the envelope on second down, but the deep shot doesn't work.
You hear defensive coaches preach this all the time about not giving up the big play. Keep everything in front of you. They're going to need to stay vigilant because he's definitely a receiver who can take the lid off of a defense.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. They motion the tight end over. Fields on third. Complete beyond the marker. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
A give to Mixon up the middle. And he could only get a lone yard. Took a couple of guys to hold him down near the line.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Fields out of the gun. Diving right side, got it! 16 yards on the play. And that'll be a first down.
That is all-out effort, Kate, to make the catch. Putting his body on the line, diving for the ball. He earned that reception. And some more targets are clearly coming his way in the future.
And he turns a little room to work into a game down to the 9. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4. On the ground again with Mixon. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first.
I don't know, Kate. I didn't think he had it. But that back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the first down. Pops up right away and signals first down.
Option play headed right on 1st and goal. And it took a couple of guys to hold him down there after a gain of just 1. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. Mixon will not get past the line. He's held up at the 4. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. You continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
Mixon on 3rd and goal. And he pushed for it, but they managed to stop him at the 2. Pickup of a couple, and after 3 straight stops, they're up against 4th and goal. So here's Ka'imi Fairbairn, ready for the field goal try. This is a chip shot from the left hash. Everly's kick is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback, this drive starting from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Escapes the pocket. He takes it himself.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right, and even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Allen setting up to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions, you get more depth. But a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
3rd and long for him here. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining. Looking for his wide receiver there. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. They're out now, ready to punt it. And this will be his 2nd effort of the contest. And he drives this into the pouring rain. And the punt team downs this one just inside the 40. New set of downs for him at the 38. He'll throw it. He puts some power on a deep one left. A lot of players around this one, and it is intercepted. That's Cole Bishop. That's halftime of this contest. We'll join both teams in taking a short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Bass now to kick this away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this 2nd half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. A handoff for Mixon, running right. And he's brought down for a loss. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Play action, Fields. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And it'll give him a 1st down.
That wasn't going anywhere else on that play. It's one of the ones called specifically for the tight end because they know he's able to get a good release off that play action, and then he gets himself in space to do some damage.
On 1st and 10, it's Fields. That's Hill working the sideline, complete. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. They managed 22 on the rip and a 1st down.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. It's a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well, that was teaching tape right there.
And tough sledding for him. Only room to get it to the 30. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Here's 2nd and 7. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. Just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
Fields now, 3rd and long. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
And he missed it. It's no good. And their lead holds steady at 10.
He was hitting from that distance pregame. Heck, we were on the field watching it, and they were confident he could do so again. Just did not work out this time around.
They'll run here on 1st down. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. They haven't found it easy to score in this one, Brock, and physicality just like that, a big reason why. And
it usually is, Kate. I love defensive coordinators when they say, hey, it's not just what you see, it's what you hear. And you could hear the physicality of that knocking the ball loose.
He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
That pass caught by Wangu. And they're going to haul him down a step before the 30, right at the 31. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that gives them the 1st.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball. Right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
Again, Allen to the air. Taking a big shot for the end zone. He's got it deep downfield. And he finds him in the end zone for the touchdown. These guys start the 2nd half with some needed points. Bass on for the extra point. Got a good play in the rain there. The extra point flies through. And his guys cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Back to throw. Here's Fields. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Complete out to the right side. And that is a touchdown! Fairbairn now for the PAT. Extra points sent in through the rain. And these guys make it a 10-point ball game. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Play action now with Allen. He fires one deep down the road. He's got it! Oh, what body control to stay in and get the 2 feet down. Down inside the 40 now with a first down following that last play. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
They have themselves another first and 10. Working from the gun, it's Allen. They bring the pressure, down he goes! And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
At the 33-yard line.
Trying again, following the sack. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Third and long, it's Allen. Finds him over the middle. And he's able to take this one down to the 25.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
Just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. Drive starts out with a first and 10. Running left is Mixon. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Off play action, it's Fields. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Out of the shotgun, Fields has him on the quick hitter. And it's a nice game, but still not enough for the first. So we're through three here. It's still just a one-score game as we resume play in the fourth. They go to punt on fourth down, and out heads Tommy Townsend. And we'll see how his debut offering goes. And plenty of hang time on this one. He brings in the fair catch, and as he does it, we'll see what this penalty flag is all about. Well, if there's an avoidable penalty, Brock, that's probably it. He just didn't let him make the fair catch, and that's going to help their field position considerably. A chance to get off the field goes by the wayside. The defensive penalty keeps him out there. Couldn't connect right side. It's incomplete. Couldn't connect with Amari Cooper. And now they face second down.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive down the field. Those windows and throwing lanes, Kate, they're not open very long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be thrown off.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. And he brings it in, but got too close to the sideline there. They're ruling him out of bounds. We've got third down.
You know, Kate, that's one of those instances where you try to walk that tightrope on the sidelines. The problem is, on a throw that far down the field, that is so hard to do, so difficult. I love the effort, just couldn't quite find the execution.
Allen on third down. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that'll give him a first down. Option design here. Nice run across the 15. He nicks it in for the touchdown. These guys now trail by just a point in the fourth. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the fourth quarter that could go either way.
The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the fourth. Pass now to kick this away. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Fields. Completed to his running back. Give him 30 yards on that one. And they'll have first down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Running with Mixon out of the gun. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Fields out of the gun. He's trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. The problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
So not an enviable spot here as they come up on third and very long. Back to throw it. And he's there to knock away the pass and force a fourth down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fields this at the 19. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. And that one an impressive 57-yard kick. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Here's Allen. He lets a heater go deep. Big gain downfield. And he's in. Touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Bass gets the extra point to go. And his guys break that tie and now lead by 7. Bass now to kick this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. Fields on 1st down. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. He's out in the clear. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the 1st.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the 1st down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
A give left side. Here's Mixon. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Here's 2nd and 14. And that's incomplete, but he might have done a little too much to cause that. Flag comes out, and this could be interference. 1st and 10 for him now, following the penalty. Running it after the penalty. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4. From the 34. Forced out to his right. He tucks it and takes off. And he takes this inside the red zone to the 15 before going out. A 19-yard pickup, and that's going to move the chains.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of a defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that 1st down anyway.
On 1st down, they'll run. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Here's Fields to throw. And the connection made in the end zone. Touchdown. These guys now trailed by just a point in the fourth. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. And everyone can breathe easier now. His try is good, and they found a way to tie it late in the fourth. Fairbairn has it all set up for the kickoff. And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback. Man in motion here. Setting up to pass. He's got the hook up to Cooper. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops. They come through with a nice gain of 10 and a first down.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the two of them.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up second down. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Here he is to throw. That's taken in by Wangu. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on third down. Here he is to throw. And they get this down to the 44 before he stopped. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5 at the 39-yard line.
Back to the well again. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And they're going to have a first down.
I love these inside runs. Don't get away from them. You never know. You think it's going to be a short little gain, and then boom, get the right blocking, a possessed running back, and you get some serious yards on the table.
And finally, they're able to bring him to the ground. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
Takes off right out of the read option. And he gets taken down immediately, right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1. The give now out of the shotgun. And he drives this forward to the 6. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. So everything comes down to this from Tyler Bass. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. The entire game now resting on the right foot of this kicker. This from just 23 yards away. The kick is good. He got it. And the 3rd time he puts it through will be the charm. They've won it. So something to be proud of, Brock, as they come away with the win. And with overtime in their back pocket, they weren't going to lose it at the end, but they still managed to set up the field goal, and he executed the game winner. What a memorable way to win it. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. This celebration begins for our winners as we say thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.